ask you, Dr. Lee, do you think that the next president should come from the north?
Why not? I think she should come from the north. Since the southern governors are beginning to think that the president should come from the south, I also think the president should come from the north. That is why I said the north, the south, southern governors. If you like the south, if we are looking at it south entirely, you have the south, the southwest, and the southeast, and then you have the northwest, the north central, and the northeast. And right now, the president is from the northwest. So there's northeast and north central equally want to produce the president. In fact, even within the north itself, we as northerners feel that if there's going to be a northern president, then the president should be coming either from the north central or the northeast. This is what we are also thinking, even within the north, that the northwest should relax for next presidency. So it is the same thing the southern governors are looking at.
Dr. Lee, do you think that would be fair, seeing as how in 2015 or 2014, most Nigerians rallied around to say, and the north entirely rallied to say, well, President Goodluck Jonathan should have left power because the original mandate that he took over was from the north, and so the power should return to the north, and most other Nigerians supported that.
Did Jonathan left power? When most Nigerians, when the northerners ask that Jonathan should leave power, that is the right thing to do. Did he leave? No. The answer is no, he didn't. He did not. And who voted for Jonathan? The northerners.
Wouldn't that mean that...
In the first place... Oh, go ahead.
Wouldn't that mean that most Nigerians also supported the northern agenda, seeing as how the president emerged from the north when they went to the polls?
It is not a northern agenda per se. If you look at it, it was just a normal thing that happened. First, in the first instance, when the power came in, the northerners decided that they don't want to get power, and then we outrightly voted for President Obasanjo in 1999. You are aware, even the Southerners refused to accept Obasanjo as a candidate, as at that time the Southerners were fielding in some other people, but the Northerners were looking at it that way. Olufalaye came up to contest against Obasanjo, and don't forget, as at that time, even when at the primary level where Northerners were trying to come up to contest for power, PDP as at that time said no, there should be no Northerner that will contest the election. I can remember the late Abubakar Rimi wanted to contest for the office of president. He was not allowed to do so, even at the primary level. He came up, and then Obasanjo emerged as the flag bearer of PDP. Then Olufalaye come up under AD, at Alliance for Democracy. So he contested against Obasanjo even that time. Even when we said the North rallied round a southern president, and then Northerners come out en masse and voted in Obasanjo as the president of Nigeria. We didn't complain. We said he should even contest. We are not being sectionalized. We are not being biased. We are not being tribalistic or we're not looking at regionalization. We are looking at Nigeria. We believe as of that time Obasanjo have what it takes to take Nigeria to the next level. That is what we are looking at in the North. We are looking at who has the qualities, who has the qualification, who has the determination, who will carry everybody along for Nigeria to be greater. That is our thinking. That is our vision. That is our mission. That is what we are feeling and thinking, and that was what we acted on. After Obasanjo's first 4 years, we still insisted that Obasanjo should continue. We also voted for Obasanjo a month, even against Buhari that is coming from the north. That is a known fact. Every Nigerian knew that thing happened as of that time. And after Obasanjo, it was the same Obasanjo that brought in Umar Musa Yar'Adua. It was not even the north that brought Yar'Adua. It is the same Obasanjo that brought in Umar Musa Yar'Adua. And
speaking of numbers, people have said it's time for us to have another census. The last census we had, population census we had, was in 2006, and that may not be doing justice to the conversation of numbers at this time. And that's in that census, Nigeria was said to have a population of estimated population of 140 million people. Today, there are projections that we're not even sure about.
You see, Prince, I want us to always remember, it has always been right from the day one that the census started. From the day we started the census, the northern Nigeria has always had a higher number than any other part of Nigeria. I think this issue of census is not an issue as far as I'm concerned. People are just trying to look at it the other way around. And then people like blaming the North and trying to make as if the North is exaggerating the number. We cannot continue to exaggerate a number when it has always been. All the census so far conducted has always produced that the highest number of people in the country come from northern Nigeria. This is how the census has always been. And then there's this complaint of census. If the census will be conducted again, if you are going to do it fairly enough, the North will still have the highest number. Why? Because one, it is only in the North that you will find one person having 4 wives, each of the wives having 10 children. And it is allowed because our religion allowed for more number of wives and for an uncountable number of children. We have a member of House of Representatives that is on seat as I speak to you. It's a member of House of Reps. Alhassan Adodogwa is a member of House of Reps from Kano. He has over 40 children. He's a member of House of Reps from Kano. Alhassan Adodogwa, I think, is the House leader. He has over 40 children. And then his tribes are so many in northern Nigeria because we are allowed to have more than one wife. We can have 4 wives, and each of the 4 wives can have 10 children or even more. And there are men that will marry, and after a certain period, they have the children with the wife. They drop her, they divorce her, and marry another one. So we are like that in the North. We produce children, and that is why you keep on calling that we have almajiris. We give birth to children that we cannot control. I think we have a lot of insult from people. So why are people not looking at that thing when it comes to the issue of number? They forget what they are saying. They are accusing of us of having so many children and things like that when it comes to the issue of number. But when it comes to the issue of politics, they keep on saying that we are exaggerating our number. Why are people having double standard? So the issue of census, even if you do census again, the North will still have the highest number of people compared to any other part of Nigeria. That is no argument about that one. In fact, there's no need people bringing that because it is, I repeat, the same people are accusing us of giving birth to so many children that we cannot even look after, and they are running the streets everywhere, begging and what have you. Those are the same children that when they go for the polling unit and vote who becomes their leaders, either as senators, reps, governors, or even as president. It is the same people.
Dr. Aliyu, our clock is in the ceiling. Let's quickly talk about the PIB. It's also one of the issues raised by the Southern governors, the rejecting the 3% proposed for sharing formula for host communities. The 3% going to host communities of oil companies and oil exploration, and proposing 5%. The bill proposed 3%. The governors are saying, well, that's not good enough. How do you respond to this, seeing as how these communities are the ones that, generate earns a revenue?
Don't forget, the communities that produces this oil has NDDC, Niger Delta Development Commission. They will equally have a Niger Delta ministry. They have 13% derivation. And now you are giving them 3%. For God's sake, do you want to have everything only you just because the oil is being produced from your own area? Like I keep on saying, the North has discovered oil in Badejo village in between Taraba, Bauchi and the Gombe. And in any case, the oil that we are talking about of the south, southwest and southeast, if you like, right now, has only about 15 years more to be finished. The one that has been discovered in the north has about 75 years. If being properly harnessed, it will go, you can refine for 75 years. And right now, even the quality of oil we are having in the north is greater than the quality of the one we are having in the other part of Nigeria. How would anybody feel but in the 15 years if that one finishes and then you have nothing to give to them again because it is about oil and the oil is no longer there and it has now come back to the northern part of Nigeria, and we insist on this, and considering the number of people, there will still be hues and cry that it's not balanced, you are not doing fair, you are doing this, you are doing that. Gold has also been discovered in Zamfara, and you know that is the reason why we are having the bandit in Zamfara. You also know that there's gold in Birnin in Kaduna State, where the volume of gold is more than that of South Africa and Ghana. And if by the time those things are properly harnessed and we begin to speak about derivation, we begin to speak about Northern Nigerian Development Ministry, we think about Northern Nigerian Development Commission, and we begin to talk about the same 13% derivation and then 5% or even 10% host community, whatever. I think let us be fair in thinking. Let us be fair to ourselves and Nigerians. We shouldn't be self-centered. We shouldn't be just thinking of ourselves. We should be looking at the country as a nation. We should be patriotic enough to carry everybody along. It is the same thing that we are talking about leadership now, that you are talking about rotational presidency. It is a game of number. If you get your 3% or 5%, you are having 13%, you have NDDC, you have Niger Delta Ministry, and we have the numbers. When it comes to election, we say, okay, since that is the way it is, everybody is looking at himself, everybody is looking at advantage of what he is producing or what he has to offer or bring to the table. Let us use our own numbers to vote for our own person as the president. And it is very possible. Once the no block together and vote for one person, all we need is just 2.5% to 25% of total vote from other regions and one even region from one of the three regions, and we produce a president. So that is the way it is. I think we should be fair in thinking. The PID bill is a good one. We are happy. We are not complaining that it has been passed. We are even okay that 3% is given to the host community. We are still not complaining about the 13% reservation. We still did not complain about NDDC. We did not. It is even our own man that created Niger Delta Development Ministry. I think we are fair enough in terms of nationalistic thinking and patriotism, and in terms of wanting to see Nigeria move as a nation. But you don't need to push too hard. The Assembly has done that. I think it is fair enough if you consider the other monies that they are getting out of the same oil. Do you want to have everything all by yourself, for yourself, and only for you? This is Nigeria. It belongs to all of us.
Right.
I have said it in the past. It is the granite pyramid, the cotton, and then part of the cocoa that was used to, research, discover, and then develop the oil. This thing. Some people were arguing that it's Shell, and before the coming of Shell, how did it come? Where did Shell just come and